do you have any suggestions for how we can build and boost our self-confidence, especially when it comes to, again, our willingness and our ability to speak up and to communicate effectively?
Uh, the tricky part with this one is it goes back to what I said earlier about belief. And I'm taking it from the submissive person rather than the aggressive person. And the submissive person may need to have a look at their own beliefs. And the beliefs in terms of, and I have what I call a personal rights schedule. And it's always quite a controversial thing to introduce on the course, because at the top of it, it says, I have the right to put myself first. Now, somebody who is a parent who has children will often find that very difficult to swallow when they've spent their entire life since their children were born thinking, I have no right to put myself first anymore. Now I must put my family, my children, my partner before myself. Now, despite the fact that as a father, I completely agree with that, I don't agree with it every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There are times where children can be selfish. There are times where your partner can be selfish. And there are times where they may not be behaving particularly well towards you. And at that stage, you know, it's a win-win, remember. It's not just all one way or the other. The parent who perpetually cleans up after their child, the parent who perpetually gives their child any money that they want, the parent who perpetually is doing everything for the child, A, may be damaging that child by not helping them to become independent themselves, but B, has suddenly decided that their life no longer matters. And I've seen this in more than a few families where eventually one person in that family almost suffers from a depression. They get down to the stage of they believe they're almost the family drudge, as it were, like Cinderella in the story. They are there just to cook and clean. And this lovely parent no longer smiles, no longer laughs, no longer seems to have any fun, tends to be irritable with people in the family. And the reason it's not actually anybody else's fault. It's that this person has put themselves so far down the list of priorities that they are no longer living their own life and therefore contributing valuably to the rest of the family. So we have a right to put ourselves first. We have a right to think about our own feelings. We have a right not to consider the feelings of others. Now, it doesn't mean we're going to exercise that right very often, but sometimes we can. Sometimes the fact that other people want to do something and I don't is okay. You know, why don't you want to go to that party? I just don't. Is enough of an answer. To answer your question, what is it you need to do if you're shy or you're lacking in confidence? You really need to change your beliefs. And your beliefs have to be win-win. And remember, win-win means my views matter, my values matter, what I want matters, and I don't have to justify it to everybody all the time.